Hello Guardians, this is Tirgaya and I'm here to talk to you about the weekly vendor weapons for the week of May the 23rd through the 30th. Let's take a look at the weekly director. So this week the raid is Crota's End. As usual, the weekly raid has all challenges active. The Challenge of the Elders has Super Kill bonus, Specialist, and Trickle. The Nightfall is the Wretched Eye, with Arcburn, Small Arms, Juggler, Airborne, and Daybreak. The weekly Heroic playlist for strikes is Heroic, Voidburn, Brawler, and Ironclad. The weekly story is Heroic, Light Switch, and Airborne. And the weekly Crucible is Doubles. We'll start our weekly tour of the tower at New Monarchy with Executor Hideo. And the weapon of the week from New Monarchy is going to be the Impeacher V. But let's take a quick look first at the Assembly 2. This weapon has Reflex and Short Shot, two excellent short-range sights. It has Extended Mag and Quick Draw, Perfect Balance, and Hidden Hand. This is probably going to get an honorable mention. I'm not a high rate of fire auto rifle user, but this could be really fun in a tight map. Moving on to the Impeacher V, which always seems to get a decent roll, we have Sure Shot IS for the sight, we have Snapshot, Hand Loaded, and Rangefinder. Instead of hand loaded, you can also pick Army of One. Depending on your typical engagement range, both of those are good perks. Next up, we have the Crucible Quartermaster Araki 9940. Let's start by taking a look at the Palindrome. This week's roll isn't so great. It's not a bad roll, but it's not great. We have True Sight, Outlaw, and Last Resort. Small Bore, which reduces the magazine, so I'm not a super fan. And it doesn't give enough range boost. And Hidden Hand. So if you need a hand cannon, it's always safe to pick up a Palindrome, it seems, but this is not the best example we've seen. This week's Each New Day has the potential to be really kind of dirty. It has Hot Swap, Braced Frame for maxed out stability, and Hip Fire, and Life Support. Also, it's got Snapshot. All of these perks are excellent. What it doesn't have is any great scopes. However, if you're running Hip Fire in particular, this could be really dirty. And now on to the Vanguard Quartermaster and Roni 5530. First weapon I'd like to talk about this week is the Parthian Shot. This weapon is always interesting because this archetype has the ability to kill in 2 bursts. However, in order to do that, you need a lot of headshots, 6 perfectly, or you need a damage increasing perk, like Head Seeker. This has neither. Still, it's an interesting weapon. You have Sure Shot, which is an excellent choice for most pulse rifles. And you have Outlaw, Take a Knee, Braced Frame, Rifled Barrel, and Counterbalance. The truth is, you're not going to run into too many situations where Rifled Barrel is really going to help you land higher damage hits, so I'll probably pick Braced Frame in the middle, which reduces magazine size. Now that tends to synergize with Outlaw, but given that you're going to use this pulse rifle a lot more like a scout rifle at mid to long range, I might be tempted by Take a Knee, which gives you kind of quick draw and a boost to accuracy and unflinching so long as you take a knee. Excellent at mid to long ranges. I also want to take a look at the Teacup Tempest. As any of you who've been watching my videos know, I just love saying I killed that guy with a teacup. In any case, this week we have Sure Shot and True Sight, so you have great scope choices. Relentless Tracker and Feeding Frenzy. My inclination would be to go to Feeding Frenzy here. Snapshot and Lightweight, and Rangefinder. 90% of the time I'm going to pick Snapshot. There are a few situations where I really want to have a little extra speed or agility, and I might take Lightweight. Now to Dead Orbit and Arak Jalal. This week he has a decent version of the Extremophile. This has a reflex sight, extended mag and quick draw, hammer forged, and rangefinder. My inclination would be to take extended mag here. This week's Keystone 01 doesn't have any of my preferred sights. However, with extended mag, outlaw, or hammer forged, and hidden hand, again, it's a solid utility weapon. If you just need to shoot things with your scout rifle and kill them, this is not a bad choice. Lastly, we come to Future War Cult and Lakshmi 2. Let's start with the perennial favorite, the Wormwood, and I have to start by telling you that this week the Impeacher V and the Teacup at the Vanguard are better choices. This doesn't have any of the good scopes. Flared magwell, lightweight, hand-loaded, relentless tracker, and reactive reload. These are not terrible perks, but overall, I'd pass on this week's Wormwood. The Waltz this week has a pretty strong roll. It has Sure Shot, Flared Magwell, Snapshot, Hammer Forged, and Counterbalance, with Third Eye rounding it up. The way I would run this is Sure Shot, Snapshot, Hammer Forged, Counterbalance. This is a really good pulse rifle. It's probably the most competitive archetype right now, and this is a good example. Also, that 30 magazine size gives it an advantage over the Clever Dragon. My last weapon of the week is the Wounded. This has the Focus Lens FLA 5 scope, which is a long-range scope, so this is not a PvP weapon, except on the longest maps. It does have Snapshot, high-caliber rounds, perfect balance, outlaw, and hidden hand. There are no bad perks on this weapon. So for PvE, I'd be inclined to take high-caliber rounds, perfect balance, and hidden hand for most long-range encounters. And in the situations where you do get close, you could probably switch to Snapshot and Outlaw. But overall, probably pick the Focus Lens and straight across the top. Alright, Guardians, that's going to do it for me this week. What do you think? Did I find all the good weapons, or did I miss a real gem? Let me know in the comments below. As always, I want to thank you for watching. My information should be up on screen now. If you've enjoyed what I've done this week, please consider clicking like or subscribing to the channel to help encourage me to make more. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you Starside Guardians.